Hello, welcome back to another video. Somehow my Blade Trap Trickster video blew up a little bit. I for sure didn't expect it. I've got quite a few people point out that I didn't include enough mapping footage in the video, and I agree. So here's a quick video showing a typical map I would run on this character. Personally, I don't care that much if my character is a speedy mapper, as my priorities lie in killing bosses. But I know that there are plenty of people out there who don't care for bossing and are more interested in smoothness of mapping. I'm an Alk-and-Go player myself, and I spec into Eldritch Gaze and Wrath of the Cosmos always for endgame maps. They add some difficulty and danger, but it's a great way to boost your drops from just Alk-and-Go playstyle, plus this character can take it. There are a few mods that are nerfing the character's defenses, like less spell suppression or increased monster accuracy. So that's up to your discretion whether you wanna roll over these or not. I personally do not roll over them. The only mod I roll over is No Region, as I'm just too lazy to swap out my flasks. Technically you can still do it, because a lot of our sustain on Energy Shield comes from quick Energy Shield recovery, so still doable, but that's the only one personally I don't like. So yeah, all the rest of the mods I just blast through. As you can see, I also love killing absolutely everything I see. So I might even throw a trap at a single enemy if I see it on my screen, and that does slow down the mapping quite a bit, but I don't mind, because I like full clearing the maps. Also, I've had questions about why not Polymath Ascendancy, notable, and it comes down to kind of to personal preference, or maybe the way you're spec into your skill tree basically, because up to a certain amount of masteries, you're not really getting that much out of it. And if I were to swap these nodes, for example, instead of taking the Swift Killer notable and speccing into Polymath, our DPS numbers are fairly comparable. Now, if you were to change the skill tree and spec into a few more masteries, I have changed a few just to see what it would be like, and I think at least with 2 more masteries you can already see a notable difference. These kind of little tweaks will only be noticeable on some monsters that live a little bit longer. So maybe like a super juiced map boss with Eldritch Altars, or endgame bosses. So if you like endgame bosses on this build, speccing into Polymath and making the Polymath notable work for you could squeeze out more DPS on this build. Personally, I was okay with the build the way it was, but you know, personal preference. Another thing to note is that Polymath notable will just be a pure DPS notable, because as we don't do damage over time with our traps, we don't take advantage of the sustain on the notable. So Polymath is just a pure more damage multiplier node. So yeah, as I said, the 2 tests for Polymath would be some endgame boss, but as it stands, I'm basically in maintenance mode, waiting for the new league, or at least news for a new league, to reignite my passion for Path of Exile. Not like I'm not happy with Path of Exile, generally speaking, but as I've completed my 40/40 and the league being extended, I'm kind of done with it for this league, I guess. Another thing to point out is that this build can for sure be played as a non-crit, as capping crit or getting close to cap on a Trickster is quite tricky, unlike, for example, Inquisitor. But again, I don't know, just Trickster has been just really tanky, really smooth gameplay, can take a lot of punishment. As you can see, this boss was buffed quite a bit by the Eldritch Altars, and even then, with 4 Eldritch Altars in all, I think it was triple damage, extra resistance, it didn't even take that long to kill it, and it hit us pretty hard, but nothing this build can't take. Hope this was informative, and thanks for watching. Bye.